decent day at beck. 3 little trout. But, nothing at Top Cliff earlier in the week. Just a sort of giant take. Although it was size 16, it just straight the hook and was off. It must have been a big chub, I suspect. So today I've come to Asenby and it's quite late on, it's 2 o'clock. It's a lovely day, it's 9.5 degrees, but it promises to be windy and freezing and sort of sleety showers Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. In fact, gales are forecast, so probably biting into winter, and the temperature is obviously going to fall dramatically. So this is probably the last day for a few days I'm going to get out. Yeah, I've got a pike rod and some maggots, so just for a change. I don't see there's much point fishing for barbel until we get some warm rain, which certainly isn't in the forecast. I mean, ideally you should, if you've been here for an hour, you should move on to somewhere else. There's probably no pike in this stretch anyway. But it's such a faff on packing all your gear up and moving on. Ideally you should just be travelling light. Bait rod and lightweight seat and the necessary tools and an unhooking mat. But, we'll see. Well, it's the 13th of January 2017 and it's mayhem everywhere else in the country. Snowstorms, howling gales, tidal floods. And here it's 5.5 degrees, freezing cold wind, but very, very pleasant. And you can see the river's gone down and the island, which we haven't seen for quite some time now, has reappeared, although you can't get onto it. Well, I've just come across this on the riverbank, wren, with a hook in its mouth. Absolutely horrible. Just take your rubbish home with you, don't leave it on the riverbank like that. That's just disgraceful, that. What a terrible shame. Absolutely awful. Poor little thing. Well, another blank. So, blank at Midland, blank at A&B. Actually, I had a couple of little trout out at Baydale Beck, and blank at Topcliffe, and a blank at Topcliffe again today. It's just nice being out, but by God, it's cold now. It is freezing. So it's time to go home. And when I'll be out again, I have no idea, because the weather forecast is absolutely dying. So I'll see you again from the banks of the Swale. Take care. Bye-bye. Well, 2 days on, it's the 16th of January, and totally different scene. Fair amount of rain yesterday. Fortunately, quite warm rain. And you can see there that the river is carrying a fair amount of colour. Not to mention a railway sleeper. And a lot of rubbish. And like typical weir, here you get the rubbish just goes round and round and round. It never seems to be swept down the stream. It's quite a warm day. It's about 7 degrees Celsius, but it's a real miserable day. So it's almost like sea fret. Fortunately, it was worse this morning, so it seems to be brightening up a little bit. You won't want that on the end of your rod. Or the bit alongside it. And you can see there the island is reduced to a few branches sticking up above the water. Anyway, if you're going to get a January barbel, these are the conditions. Warmish water, well, certainly a little bit warmer than it was earlier. Fair bit of colour in it, but not too much. And not too much pace either. It's not absolutely hammering through. It's probably carrying about, I don't know, I would think a couple of feet of extra water. Anyway, let's go on and give it a go. It's 1 o'clock. You see there, the peg's an absolute morass, and as I've said before, just off this edge it's really, really deep, so you need to keep away from there so you don't slip and fall in. And there you can see the river. It looks absolutely spot on. If this was summertime, you'd be over the moon. Well, in wintertime, hopefully we'll be over the moon with a big barbel, but we will see. But it's not a bad day. There isn't a breath of wind, and it's quite warm. Anyway, it's big weights. Just keep my eye open for railway sleepers coming down the river and other rubbish. Let's get cast in. Well, a little kingfisher just went past there. I don't know whether it's on the video. It's water temperature is 39. Or 4 degrees, so it's quite cold. Well, time's getting on, it's 4:30, and yeah, disappointing. When I came down and saw the river, I thought, oh, must be a good chance, but as soon as I took the temperature and it was 39, I knew that the chances had disappeared. But not a tap, not a single tap on either maggot or pellet or boilies. So I think it's going to be back to chasing grayling on nice grassy pegs away from all this mire. So we'll see you again on the banks of the River Eure, or maybe even Beedale Beck for that matter. But for now, take care. See you again. Bye bye. This is my local beck, making its way down to the River Swale, and this is the sewage outlet from the village into the beck. Now normally sewage water is much warmer than the beck itself, so assuming this water to be clean, I'm hoping that just downstream of here there will be some more active fish. Well, I've just seen a big fish flash moving across the other side of here, so I'll just cast into this little bit, see what we get. A little tree creeper over there where it's hiding. See it there. Canny little fish. It is a dace or a chublet. It's got slightly reddish fins. I suspect it might be a chublet. Difficult to say. There's another one of these little fish. So this little stretch is a bit more pacey. I suspect you'd have more success trotting. Sorry?
Any luck?
Two. There's nothing very big.
Frowning?
Sorry?
Frowning?
There's mainly dace, but there's the odd trout. But,
Sorry?
Mainly dace, the odd trout. But it's just nice to
You
be out.
photograph them as well?
Well, I hope to catch when the rod goes from, but it doesn't happen very often.
Do you photograph the birds?
I do, yes. I'm just photographing a tree creeper down there.
What did you see there?
Tree creeper.
Sorry?
A tree creeper. A little mousy bird. It's just
There
lovely
used to be a stork there.
Oh,
Grey stork. Isn't it grey?
a heron.
Heron.
Yeah. No, I've not seen it today.
For a long time.
trout out of the weir pool. Well, it's going on 5 o'clock, so it's time we left. Run out of maggots. It's been a grand day, but it's been really warm today, relatively speaking, and there's been a lot of tip action. I've had half a dozen small fish, a couple of trout, and 4 dace, and then missed a lot, inevitably. An interesting conversation with an old lady. Asking if I was catching brownling up. Wrong colour. Quite amusing. That's what we're all in for. Anyway, we'll call it a day. I'll see you again. So from the banks of the beck. Take care. Bye bye.